Listen, don't get left behind. Don't get left out of this next chapter of your life. Don't get left out. You know the blessings of the Lord going to run you down and overtake you. You know, when you try to make something happen, just happen, and it don't happen, I want you to know you don't have to chase it. This blessing is literally going to run you down and it's going to overtake you. The blessing is going to run you down, and this blessing is going to overtake you. You're not going to have to run behind anything. You're not going to have to chase it. You're not going to have to force anything, because it's just not going to happen that way. It's just going to show up. You're going to be going about your day, and God said, I'm just going to let this thing show up. I'm just going to let this thing happen. You can be encouraged in the Lord today. You can be hopeful. You can be faithful. And I want you to stay committed in the things that you're doing, because literally things are opening up. You know how maybe if you felt in your life that things are closing, like the walls are closing in on you. God said, no, I am opening things up for you. You know, in life, you go through a lot of things in life. But the more you go through with family, the better the outcome is going to be for you. You're going to have a good outcome. Right now, maybe you can't see it. And I thank God for giving me an opportunity today to open up your spiritual eyes to let you know you don't go through things just to go through them. God doesn't allow you to go through trouble just to go through trouble. God doesn't allow you to grace pain just to make you feel bad. You know, that's what man does. You know, some people want you to feel bad. Some people intentionally injure you. Some people don't want the best for you. But I always want you to remember what Jeremiah 29:11 said. God said, I know the thoughts and the plans that I have for you. And these thoughts and these plans that I have for you, they are not of evil. They're to give you hope. And what I have to do for you is going to give you an expected end. You are going to have an expected end. You're going to have an expected end that nobody expected for you to have. That's the truth. The end that you're going to have is going to take you by surprise, because you've been in a place so long and you think you're not going to get out of it. So part of you have made peace. Never make peace with a place in your life where you're really not satisfied. You know, we are to be content with where we are, but God said don't be satisfied with where you are, because he has so much more for you to taste, so much more for you to experience. So God is letting you know, family, the blessings of the Lord is going to run you down, going to overtake you. You got blessings looking for you, so you got to get in place so it doesn't miss you. Can y'all understand that? You got blessings looking for you, and the blessings are literally running you down. Why is these blessings running you down? Because God said, I'm going to allow all these things to overtake you. You got to get excited about it. Nothing can stop this from happening. There is nothing that anything can do. There's nothing that anyone can do to stop God from blessing you. There is nothing that the enemy can do to stop God from loving you. The fire that the enemy set for you, it will not consume you. The Holy Spirit is like a consuming fire, and the Spirit of the Lord is going to consume your enemies. Whoever or whatever is coming behind you, family, to eat up your flesh, listen, they are going to stumble and they are going to fall. They will not be able to touch you. The fire may get close, but it will not burn you. And when you come out of the fiery furnace, you're going to be just like the 3 Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You are not going to be burned. If you want to make it in your life, family, you got to go through a lot of tests. If you really, really want to be successful, you got to be willing to do what other people are not willing to do. You got to be willing to take a hit and keep on ticking, family. You know, we fall, but we get back up. You fall, but you get back up. And you've only fallen actually when you stay there and you don't get up. Don't let the enemy take your strength. Don't let the enemy take your perseverance. Don't let the enemy take your faith. Don't let the enemy take that from you, family. Because if he can take your faith, that's you. You know, because we please the Lord with faith. Without it, we can't please him. God said, if you want to please me, if you want to make me happy, He said, believe in me. You got to believe God. Why don't you believe in what he told you? Because you're looking at the time frame, how long you've been praying, and you haven't received what you wanted yet. God is getting things in order for you. God is preparing a table for you. And he's going to do it right in the midst of those people who have been against you. I don't want you to go through your life thinking about your adversaries every day of your life. That's not healthy. I don't want you to go through your life thinking about what wrong you have been wrong. I don't want you to do that. And God doesn't want you to think that way, because it's just not healthy. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Things are opening up for you. You may feel like you are in a sinkhole. You may feel like you've been thrown in the middle of the ocean without a life vest. The Lord is your life vest. You are not going to sink. I don't care who is on the sidelines of your life watching, hoping that you will sink, hoping this is the one that will take you out. You know, it's very unfortunate in life that we do have people that don't wish us well. But when people don't wish you well, it doesn't mean it's not going to allow God to continue to bless you. When people wish evil against you, it's not going to harm you. It's not. When people wish evil, when people just release word curses in the atmosphere against God's children, it's not going to affect you, family. You may feel some of the aftermath of a storm, but it won't come nigh your dwelling place. You got to understand this about the God that you serve, and you got to understand the power that you hold. God said no weapon that forms against you going to prosper. I don't care what people do. It's not going to prosper against you. It's going to prosper against them. You know, and people don't understand why their life is not prospering, why their life is not moving. Why is my life barren? Why is my life unfruitful? Why is my life unproductive? Because you put your mouth on the wrong person. You gossip and you lied about the wrong person. You sowed discord about the wrong person. I don't want you to focus on what happened and how you didn't get what you thought you needed or wanted at the time. God knows your need, and God is going to supply every need you have. He is. Things are going to open up for you. You just keep getting up every day, and you give God praise and you give God glory. If you really want it bad enough, you're going to have faith. If you really, really want the promises of God, if you want them bad enough, you just keep hanging in there with God. Don't give up. When God sees that nothing is going to stop you from believing in him, family, God will come quicker. He'll come that much faster for you. He will release what's in his hand. You want to know how to get the Lord to release in his hands for you? Do you want to know what it takes for God to release what's in his hands to his children? It takes obedience, and it takes your faith. This is what's going to cause God to release. This is what's going to cause God to open the windows of heaven for you and pour you out such a blessing that you don't have room enough to receive. God said, I came that you should have life and have it in abundance. Can you imagine? God said, I came that you would have more than enough. God said, I came that there should be no lack in your life, that there wouldn't be anything insufficient. There is no insufficiency in heaven. There is no lack in heaven. God say wealth and riches shall be in your home. You got to declare that, family of God. Your enemies are in the hands of God. Your adversary are in the hands of God. So why are you worried? God has all power in his hand. He knows what you need. God knows what is pressing. He knows the deadline. God say, I am the way maker. You got to believe, and you got to know that you know that you know that God is able to do exceedingly, and God is able to do abundantly above anything that you can ever ask or think, according to the power of God that works down on the inside of you. You hang in there with the Lord. Don't you dare give up, because if you give up, the enemy has won. Don't let the devil win, family. You know the devil is sitting back in a corner right now laughing because he thinks that this battle is the one that's going to take you out. But I beg to differ. I believe by faith that this battle that you are going through right now is literally going to be the one that's going to cause your life to open up. God said, I'm going to open the windows of heaven for you. Just think about the sky. Go look at the sky. See how big it is. God said, I'm going to open a window. Isn't that something? I'm going to open a window up there, and I'm going to pour you down a blessing that you don't have room enough to receive. That's an overflow blessing. That's a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Your life is going to run over with blessing. Your life is going to run over with opportunities. Just keep your hand in God's hand. Just keep forgiveness and love in your heart. Never let anything in your heart, because it's going to stop the flow of the blessings of God. Because when we stand praying, God said we got to stand forgiving. It doesn't matter if nobody apologized to you. Let's get past all these things. It doesn't matter. You don't want this to stop your blessing. Don't let the enemy stop your blessing. Don't let what people have done to you stop your blessing. You can stop it by unforgiveness and by focusing on every single thing that people have done. They did that. Now release it and turn that thing over to God. Turn these people over to God. Turn that situation over to God. God's got it, and God's got you. God has so many good things he wants to reveal to you, but you got to declutter your mind. You got to declutter your mind, because God is trying to speak to you and your ears are clogged. He's trying to show you things, but your vision is scaly. You got scales on your eyes, and you got to get all that junk out of your head, family. Let it go. They left you, let it go. Let them leave. Let them go. Your heart is going to hurt, but let me tell you something. Your heart going to heal. You're not going to cry forever. You're not going to be broken forever. You're not going to be sad. You're not going to be broke forever. Those of you who want finances in your life, you sow that seed. God said he gives seed to the sower. If you're praying for finances and God is giving you seed, before you give that seed away, you ask God, what do I do with this seed? And whatever the Holy Spirit tells you to do with it, that's what you all better do with it, because God is answering your prayer. But we have to know what to do when he gives us something. When God gives us seed, we got to plant it. If he's giving you an increase, an excess of finances, if you ask him for it, you can't eat it. You're eating the seed and you're wondering why your finances is still depleted. Maybe you're overspending. Check your own life, family. Self-reflect. Plant the seed wherever God tell you to plant it. And God said that harvest is going to come. Your harvest is coming, and the devil knows it. The devil knows your harvest is coming. Don't you delay it by doubt and fear. Things are opening up for you. You can believe that. Thank y'all for tuning in today. I love each and every one of you. Look up and live, and know that the best is yet to come for you. Hang in there. I love you. We'll talk later.